This thing, you can't even get the thing to turn down. It doesn't light up like the other remote. It doesn't preview channels. I hate it.
Yeah.
Better off getting the box.
I just don't understand, in an age when so many people are getting rid of cable services, why they would do one more thing that makes it more inconvenient to have cable.
Well, it had to be something to do with the sale, that they had to wrap up, I would assume, to wrap up some stuff before the sale went through.
Well, and it's just, in my mind, I'm sorry, just one more way to get you. Like, I don't want to pay $3 per unit for every TV in my house for the new little device.
It's free if you've gotten it for a year, and then you got to pay. Yeah.
So I thought it was, I could be totally wrong here, something to do with they're not sending an analog signal anymore. Now, for instance, I have a relative.
It's all completely digital.
Who did not go and get the converter. That's a digital converter. And
TV doesn't work, right?
He gets a couple channels, but most of the channels there's like a still image of a woman, and it says, you must contact Time Warner Cable and get your box. There's a couple channels. But
here's the thing. TV is a necessity in this day and age. I think that the Housing and Urban Human Health and Services Department says it is a necessity to have it. So how can you mandate all these accoutrements for something that is a necessity? You know, the person who doesn't...
I hate to take this side, but I'm going to take the other side. It is, while it might very well be a necessity, you have your radio for that. But even TV, if you have to have TV, you can get it for free. You just get the antenna.
I like that answer.
Well, right? And I like the radio answer, too, except
But your antenna is absolutely free. You don't pay anything if you have an antenna.
But your reception may not be as good.
It's possible, yeah. But, it is what it is. But you should be able to pick up your local channels. But, I'm not trying to I started out complaining about them. But, come on, give me a break. But you do have another option. You could go to satellite or something like that, I guess. Anyway, so you can't even get just the basic minimum channels anymore without having to have that little box.
Right.
But it's a cheap little box with a cheap little remote, and I hooked my first one up this week, and I hate it.
The volume button is really the killer.
I can't even find the volume button. I kept hitting the channel button. Anyway, a riot yesterday. We'll call it a riot. Protesters, but it got ugly. So Donald Trump in New Mexico speaking, and he had, of course, called these Mexicans rapists and criminals and all this other stuff. So people came out to say, yeah, you're absolutely right. And they started jumping on police cars and basically proving his point. This stuff is ridiculous, right?
Yes.
It ultimately proves his point. And people were arrested. It got very ugly, throwing bottles and debris at police officers, injuring police officers, just ridiculous. And then Trump's rhetoric about Hillary has gotten nasty. In fact, he was introduced yesterday. Did you see the clip? He was introduced. There was a supporter that introduced him by talking about Hillary and said, listen, even Bill Clinton picked another woman. You should do so, too.
Oh, wow.
And Trump got on and called her a lowlife. And I got to tell you, this is so like you've never seen in a campaign, at least in a modern-day campaign. It's unbelievable. And I really wonder, nothing is stuck with Donald Trump. But for those people that really are the undecideds, which really will decide the race, are those people going? Is he going to make Hillary look like a victim? Because the hammering and the hammering and the hammering, for those people, does it make her look like a victim? Christine is already saying no. You don't think so?
I think that Americans want a leader, and if she looks like a victim, she is worse off.
You feel that being a bully is a leader? Do you think that's a leader?
I don't think it's perceived as being a bully. Yeah. Look, it's gotten him this far.
And I got to tell you, it has with half the country, I guess, if you will. It certainly has with the majority of the Republican Party, but it hasn't with the entire country. It's still split down the middle. So my point is, I don't think that's going to make any change for the people that support Donald Trump. But those people in the middle that haven't decided yet, they don't like Hillary, they don't like Trump, they don't know which way they're going. To me, that could turn the tide. That could actually, if she becomes the victim, which is something nobody sees Hillary Clinton as, I think that works in her favor.
Yeah, I think it does too. The other thing is, I think he can easily emphasize that point that he's trying to make without using words like lowlife.
Yeah. I don't understand because I would think that he has her. He's moving up in the polls. She's been demonized. She's been attacked for 3 years. Do you have to go down this road where there's a pretty decent large population of women in America who have chosen to look the other way for their families when their husband cheated on them, or completely ignore the fact that their husband cheated on them. When you criticize her for that, I think that's a touchy touchy criticism. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of infidelity in this country, and there's a lot of people that have looked the other way. And basically, when you attack her on that, I think you're attacking them. Andrew.
So, well, also, too, I'm surprised this came from Trump because I feel like he's kind of turned over a new leaf in the last few weeks into a month, and this is kind of all of a sudden back to square one with him.
Well, listen, he's gone from being down 10 points to down by just a couple of points, and it's really dead even. It's within the margin of error. And
I'll just add, Lion Hillary is a great slogan.
Love
or whatever.
It. Love it.
It's a hit. Just stick with Lion Hillary.
Low life, her husband didn't want her. Why should you want her? It's those personal things that Christine, I have to disagree with you. It humanizes Hillary Clinton, and that is not the right strategy if you're Donald Trump.
If you're
humanizing her, Trump.
If you're
humanizing her is not what you want to do.
If you're not a Hillary Clinton supporter already, I don't think she can be humanized.
No, I disagree with that. I agree with that. The point is there's a population in the middle that doesn't like either side, that doesn't want to vote for either one. And that type of rhetoric, to me, mean comments like that, to me, could make those people say, you know what? I feel bad for her. I'm voting for her. And don't you think that people don't have such... You think everybody's sitting there reading policy, going over, investigating who they should be voting for?
I don't think they're reading policy.
Some people vote for people because of their hair, which maybe is why Donald Trump has what he has. Christine with an update, 6:20. I don't know who would vote for that hair, but that's it. 6:20, here's Christine Bellino.
So
good morning.
I reorganized my board here.
Yeah,
there
it
is.
All right, here she goes.